Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to War Draw. Today we're going to be reflecting on the travesty that was England versus Slovenia, and we'll also be looking forward to discussing what England might have to do, will have to change in order to be real competitors going into the knockout stages.
It's 1 trillion degrees in this shed, so if we look sweaty, we are. It's too hot.
It is a sweat box in
But
here.
England, 3 trips to the pub, 3 stinkers they've put us through.
It's been absolutely horrific. Although I would like to say that second half performance was our best performance in the tournament so far. Even better than the first 35 versus Serbia.
I get that, and you see on the timeline, the timeline's been absolutely ludicrous today. People have lost their heads, but I've seen people say, "Oh yeah, the subs made a difference," blah blah blah, and yes, they did make a difference in that game. But the game finished 0-0.
No, I get that.
They didn't make that much of a difference. England still only had 1 big chance the whole game. The subs were good. They should have made a difference. They're elite footballers that have got a different profile to the players that they're replacing. They should have made a difference. But as a whole, they didn't lift mountains or move mountains, whatever the saying is.
No, I agree. I think I liked his subs though.
Yeah, so did I.
I mean, maybe apart from Saka being withdrawn, whilst Bellingham was still on the pitch, we'll get on to later.
And Gordon coming on so late. Gordon needed to come on earlier.
Yeah, but yeah, the first half was really poor again.
So bad.
And
probably the worst first half of the tournament.
But the only change he made from the 2 previous starting 11s was he dropped Trent and brought in Gallagher. Mm-hmm. And we've been screaming it. It's not the solution.
You're not that guy.
It's such a
uninspiring.
It's an unexperienced managerial move because he thinks at least if we get legs and some intensity in the middle of the park, we'll be all right. But it's the wrong kind.
Yeah.
It makes the game more chaotic, and he doesn't offer you anything in terms of ball retention or progression, which were your biggest issues.
I said
the last game we
Yeah.
couldn't even do 5-yard passes, and we couldn't progress more up the pitch. Conor Gallagher's going to offer you none of that.
I said last pod, all he does is come on, give away fouls. I put on 2 fouls. He got 2 fouls on. All he does is run around, commit fouls, and like you said, doesn't progress the ball positively, like we saw when Kobbie Mainoo came on at half time.
Yeah, and even where Gallagher takes up his positions, it doesn't allow the team to sit high up the pitch. The way he positions is really quite negative. He wants to leave that space so that then he can suddenly do a charge towards and then put the pressure on. But leaving all that space just leaves pockets everywhere. And you could see Slovenia played us off the park in the first half.
Mate, we were getting outplayed
by
by
4-4-2.
one of the worst teams at the tournament.
57, I think they ranked FIFA rankings. I know we take that with a pinch of salt, but it gives you some indication. But yeah, the first half was horrendous. Horrendous. The second half was much better. The change at half-time, Gallagher coming off, Mainoo coming on. It literally changed the game.
Mainoo looked good. He looked progressive. He looked like he wanted to receive the ball in tight spots. He wanted to progress the ball, which is something we've lacked. He was fizzing balls into Harry Kane, who we'll talk about. Blood clot, he is pants. But he was exciting, and I definitely played himself into
He's got to start the next
spot.
game.
Yeah.
He has to start the next game. I mean, the thing is, we said this as soon as we saw the lineup. The issues are still there. How can he look at the left-hand side of the pitch? He has watched 2 90-minute performances where we've been not just lackluster, just invisible on that left-hand side, and he's kept it the same.
Yeah. 100%.
Who's advising him to do this?
Yeah.
Because he's playing himself out of the job doing this.
Yeah.
It's so clear and obvious for everyone to see. Fucking Joe Gomez must be the worst fucking trainer ever. Anthony Gordon must just not turn up.
Yeah.
He must keep turning up late or something.
Southgate's
Luke Shaw
got this
Luke Shaw
weird
is
kind
made of glass.
Yeah, mate. Luke Shaw's a write-off, mate.
Fragile
I
stick
don't know
with
why
straight
he's
on his
here.
forehead.
Southgate's got this situation where he's not a brave enough manager to... So you've got 2 players in Foden and Jude that are arguably England's biggest talents.
Yep, agreed.
And Southgate isn't big-balled enough
to drop one
of them. And that's the main issue.
So the left-hand side of the pitch was fucked from minute one because Trippier I don't think he went down the left-hand side past the edge of the box once. He didn't go towards the corner.
Put one good ball in, but that was because he got the ball on his right-hand side.
Right, yeah, exactly. And Kane should have scored that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trippier doesn't offer you anything. I think when Kyle Walker moved there and Trent came on, I much preferred that. I thought that was much more balanced.
Yeah, I don't hate Kyle Walker there.
I think he offers you the exact same thing as Trippier.
Yeah. Both of them can't play with their left foot, so it's fine. But
at least you can get Trent in the team.
At least you get Trent in the team, which, yeah, I agree with.
And with Walker, you can more easily revert to a back three.
I think this is a perfect opportunity to talk about Ian Wright saying maybe play Saka there. Where do you stand on that?
But we're not talking about left wing back. We're talking about left back. Where
composure is gone. People have said, "Oh, Ian Wright shouldn't show his face at Arsenal again. He stabbed Saka in the back." Blah blah blah.
What?
Mate, the timeline's crazy today.
Why are people
are dumb? Yeah, it's just people with like little Virgin Twitter accounts with football players as their profile picture. Anywho, he was saying play Saka at left back. And people immediately heard that and thought, oh, how can you move Saka to left back? He's England's best right winger, blah, blah. But like we've said many times on the pod about England should be dominating every single game. Like that kind of 15-minute period at the start of the second half where we were playing so high, pretty much in their final third the entire half. That's how England should play pretty much every game.
But obviously it's not feasible, though, to play like that. But we should be doing that for at least 50 minutes of the game.
And what Ian Wright is saying, if you do that, coupled with Saka at left back, he's not playing left back. He's playing left wing pretty much. And then you can have Jude out at left wing, but Jude would tuck in because Saka would be so far wide. So I don't hate that idea. I think Southgate's obviously not brave enough to do that.
I think the obvious solution is just bring Joe Gomez in. He literally played there for like half the season for Liverpool. He was good.
But like hasn't played for England there, and Southgate is just this guy that won't try something new.
No, I completely agree. Let's talk about two players who I thought had absolute stinkers. I'm going to start off with Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Invisible. And he's occupying the role where I think Foden is actually better than him.
Yeah.
He's more influential. His role in the 10 for Real Madrid is more like a false 9.
Yeah.
And he plays as the focal point with Rodrigo and Vinny Jr., two of the best wingers in the world, running on ahead of him, like spearing that attack.
Yeah.
The English setup is so different to that. It is so different.
Got zero runners for one.
Yeah, zero runners in behind because Saka likes to come inside from the left, from the right. Foden wants to play where Jude's playing.
Yeah.
And Kane is on the halfway line all game.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work for me. I think before Mainu's appearance, I would have said next game he has to play Jude
Deeper.
in the 8 next to Rice.
Yeah.
But now I think you just drop Jude.
Yeah, it's interesting. I saw Culture Cam say this on DR Sports that I think he said this before the tournament actually, that England are going to completely misprofile Jude Bellingham this tournament. They're going to look at what he did for Real Madrid and be like, oh, he played that kind of 10 position, play him there for England, and he's going to have a stinker of a tournament and people are going to come for him. When that's never actually been his position. Like we've said on the pod, his time at Dortmund, his time at Birmingham, he's a deeper midfielder and he's been now moved into a new system at Real Madrid that is so, like you said, so different to this England side that he's like a, what's it called, like a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, they're trying to replicate what he does for Real Madrid in this England team, but you haven't built the team like that.
No,
it's never going to work.
That way, you'd drop Harry Kane and you'd play like a front two of Saka and Rashford.
And don't forget, in this Real Madrid team, he's got the likes of Kroos, Modric, Camavinga, Tchouaméni sitting behind him. He's got ball controllers there. Yeah. Whereas here in this England team, he's only got Decky Rice, mate.
And he ain't a progressive passer.
No. And so for me as well, and I think his attitude is poor.
Jude.
Yeah. He was, mate, the second half, did you see, I think there was a switch ball from Gordon or Palmer. I think Palmer cuts it back right to the edge of the box where Jude should be because he's out on the left wing at this point and just walking about. He's nowhere to be seen. He's walking about at like 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Sack him off. Is Southgate too afraid to take off these big players? We know Saka's not going to kick up a fuss if he gets subbed off. He's too respectful. Nice boy.
Nice boy.
Jude Bellingham, I don't want to be one of those, but I don't know whether there might be an ego.
Too much clout in like too quick a period of time.
Adidas made a whole fucking advert about him.
He's got his own like Adidas sub-brand. It's crazy.
He's not Michael Jordan, bro.
He's literally in a year. He's gone from kind of not a. He wasn't
a championship star playing in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, he was like not even the best player in that in that Dortmund team. He had like stars around him. And then he comes to Real Madrid and still got stars around him, but he's, obviously taking his game to the next level. But, like, calma.
Yeah. If you can't influence the game when you're not on the ball, then you might not be world-class. So I think that I think he is world-class.
Yeah, it's so
and
tricky.
You are quite correct, I think, in what people are saying, is he's being misprofiled, he's being misused by a manager who has absolutely zero tactical nous about him. He's got no fucking clue what's going on. Steve Holland as well, no fucking clue. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, no fucking clue.
Backroom stuff.
We're playing like 2016 QPR.
Mate, it's
we
so
fucking
bad.
Reek. How is Harry Kane expected to take advice from Jimmy Floyd and fucking Hasselbank?
Let's talk about Harold Blood Clark Kane.
Before we move on, do we drop Jude for the next game?
Yeah, I think so. I would have said no, but Foden in the last game and a half, I'd say, has kind of taken most of the parts of the game by the scruff of the neck, and he looks like the guy that's trying over Jude.
Yeah, for me, Foden is the one who is creating chances for himself.
Yeah.
Saka's been brilliant at creating chances for others.
Yeah.
Foden is the one who is going to produce those moments of magic.
So yeah, I agree.
Facilitate him.
Yeah.
Facilitate him. If you want to force Jude into this team, you have to play him as the 8. You have to play him as partner for Rice.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or take Harry off and put Jude right up top.
Let's talk about that. Harold Kane.
Genuinely, coming into this tournament, I was ambiguous on Harry Kane. Obviously, come off the back of a great season with Bayern Munich, no trophies. And I said, so we obviously check out our Euros predictions videos with a bunch of other content creators. A lot of them had Harry Kane doing well this tournament. And I said, he's got a bottler gene in him. He's got a Spursy gene in him. He's got a bit of a wetty gene in him. He's not a leader.
Did you see him leaving with the pizza yesterday?
Oh, mate, come on.
Sorry, guys, not today.
But
I want to like him so bad.
I know he's a bagsman. He's a great striker. But like I said last podcast, I am not in a game where we're getting battered, looking at Harold Kane and going, yeah, mate, he's the guy that's going to shout at me. He's going to galvanise the troops. He's going to get us all raring to go. My guy is wet. He's 1-0. All he does is score goals for England against fucking Montenegro.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Some of his touches last night were horrendous.
Yeah.
Everything was getting away from him. The positions he picks up, there's so many times, where we get to like the byline and the cross is coming in and
he's not there.
And he's on the fucking edge of the halfway line. Do you know what I mean? Like he's on the edge of the centre circle. I know exactly what he's trying to do, but he doesn't have the runners. Foden isn't going to run in behind on the left. Saka will get in behind on the right, but they're doubling up on him.
Yeah. And
they don't have to worry. Their centre-back pairing doesn't have to worry about him because they can just sit there. They can just sit. They can play whatever line they want to play because he's not breaking it.
That's what I'm saying. In this kind of formation where we're sitting so deep for whatever reason, maybe we're just not excited enough, not brave enough, he is just not mobile enough to get us up the pitch as a striker. And like Gary Lineker was saying, he's just doing he started off the game, he was like running about a bit, and I think that was just because
there was a little bit of press.
He was like, he was probably thinking, the media are coming for me.
I need to answer the press.
Exactly. He was like, I need to buck up my ideas for a second. That went away pretty quickly, and Slovenia started dominating, and then this guy was just invisible again.
Yeah, he didn't really offer anything yesterday. I think he had a pot shot, and he put it straight at the keeper from about 20 yards. He was so poor, and for me, we have to be brave with these decisions. Why the fuck was he still on the pitch? And the issue is, you're stuck because you can't take him off because he is the guy who's going to score. He's got like 95% of all England's goals in his fucking team.
But it's not like we've got fucking divvies on the bench. Ollie Watkins dropped a 20-goal season.
Yeah, 19 assists or whatever.
Exactly. Like, get him on.
Yeah, exactly. Or Ivan Toney, outball. Do you know what I mean? He's going to battle away. there needs to be a bit more bravery. I liked what Gareth did, where he made a decision at half-time which influenced the game immediately. And it brings me hope that he might go on to have a bit more faith in doing that later on in the tournament if we get there.
Yeah.
But the issue before has always been leaving subs too late. 80th minute substitution, what the fuck is that going to do for you?
Yeah.
You're 1-0 down. What the fuck is 10 minutes going to do? You make your changes early and you're proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
We've said this so many times.
Like Gordon on in the 89th minute. What is that?
And I think he created more chances than anyone else.
Gordon is so good, and our left-hand side is so bad that is like just a no-brainer to make that decision.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Especially in this game where we're playing the worst team in the group on paper. Be a bit brave and put Gordon in from the start. Why not do that?
You've already qualified.
Yeah.
And for me, I am worried because I think Kieran Trippier doesn't look fit to me.
And even if he is fit, I just don't like him on the left-hand side at all.
John Stones doesn't look fit to me.
No.
He looks out of it. Looks really, really shaky. Kyle Walker, he was so lost for what to do at one point.
I'll put in the clip here when he done that fucking
the ball.
No, when he ran down the line.
Yeah.
But do you remember that one where he like got the ball passed into him and he went to like completely miskick the ball and it went to Saka?
Yeah, the
great
fake
stuff.
pass.
Yeah, the fake pass was crazy.
He just looks washed, doesn't he?
Yeah. But that boot down the line where he just tried to outpace the player.
Maybe this is all just lack of confidence, though.
Lack of confidence. Yeah.
Because even Declan Rice at points just looks shaky.
Yeah, the whole team is just not playing at a level. And it can come from multiple different areas. The media and us and the English fans.
I think there is negativity.
The negativity is crazy. And like Gareth Southgate said, we've qualified, we got 5 points.
It's fair,
unbeaten.
It's fine.
So he's like, why is everyone so negative? We've still got to back the boys, blah, blah, blah. I get that, and that pressure can weigh on players. And a lot of these players are young, so that pressure can like weigh on them. But at the same time, like we said last podcast, you can't look at these performances where we're getting outplayed by Serbia, Denmark. We've been outplayed by every team in the group, pretty much. And think, if we come up against a better side, we're going to get embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that we had so much control is because the quality of Slovenia is so poor.
Yeah.
They have a good striker and they have a good keeper.
Yeah.
And that is it.
Yeah, if it was a better team, like
they're gonna create their own opportunities. Slovenia didn't really do that.
Like Slovenia were passing us about in the first half, and obviously they've got no real quality in and around the midfield to kind of break us. We have that possession, but a team that has good quality in the midfield.
But if we'd finished second
give them that
and we
possession.
came up against Germany with
we
fucking
get
Kroos
rinsed.
and Gundogan in the middle,
mate,
you would have been fucked.
Murdered.
Absolutely pulled apart.
Yeah.
Musiala operating with Verts. Our team would have no fucking idea. But it doesn't make any sense because we have a team full of people who play at the highest fucking level in the best leagues in the world, the best teams in the world,
right?
under the best managers in the world.
I don't actually know who we've got.
So
obviously, we've got Group F finishing as we speak.
Yeah, we're filming this on Wednesday 26th, so we'll know by the end of the day who we have. However, as far as we know, it's most likely going to be the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Unless Czechia beat Turkey.
What England have done by topping the group is got a very nice side of the draw.
So if Czechia beat Turkey or Georgia beat Portugal, then we'll have the best placed third team from Group E, which is the Belgium group.
So probably like Romania or Ukraine.
So, but it doesn't really matter for what we're going to go on to talk about.
No.
Because what you're saying is correct. We have fallen on our best opportunity to get to a final.
So if we get
we get lucky quite often with the draw.
Mate, the draw's been crazy.
But the only real big hitters on our side at the minute, you've got Switzerland, Italy, you've got Netherlands, you've got Austria, and Belgium at the minute, I think, if they qualify.
Yeah. Oh, as long as Okay, so what do we do going into our first knockout game where all these draws that we're getting at the moment are going to do?
We have to play into what we have built. And Gareth is a man of consistency.
Yeah.
But he needs to be brave. Whoever we come up against, whether it be Netherlands, whether it be a team from Group E, they're going to expect a fairly unchanged lineup.
Yeah.
Mate, throw it to the wind.
Yeah, go
Mate,
crazy.
Go 3 at the back.
Yeah, come on.
Or seriously, start Walker left back, Trent right back. Start Rice in the middle and start Mining next to him.
Yeah.
Start Gordon out on the left.
So, you sent me a link earlier saying that apparently Phil Foden has gone home.
Yeah, well, that came out, said it was a pressing family matter. It turns out he's literally just having a kid.
Mad, so he'll be back then.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, he's just gone back.
Because I was thinking that would kind of just give Anthony Gordon a certain start. But maybe it still does. Well, we talk about, obviously, maybe dropping Jude. Jude has been bad. Since that first goal against Serbia, where he looked dominating, I was like, this guy is going to dominate this tournament. I think he's been bad. What
Gareth has lacked is fucking balls. He's a yes man. And I feel sorry for him that he's getting fucking cups thrown at him and shit like that. Because he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve it.
He has led England, like we said, to like 3 of the best tournaments.
He's the reason that we are considering England winning a trophy.
Yeah.
And it's completely true. But it'd be such a shame for him to throw it away now. Be fucking brave. Pickford, I think, has been alright. He's not really been tested. So I would say you've got to go and get rid of Trippier. I think that's problem number 1.
Yeah.
Because if you've got Trippier and Walker, you've got 2 negative fullbacks there.
2 negative fullbacks and one that is just so out of place on the left
back. At least if you... The drop off from Trippier to Walker on that left back position is negligible. And at least that facilitates you bringing in Trent.
Yeah.
Play Trent.
Yeah.
You have to play Trent. In the middle, where we've lacked ball progression, I think you can play Jude there. I think that will be okay. He's good with progressive passes anyway.
Yeah.
He's good at carrying the ball. He's combative in the middle, brings intensity and leadership.
I agree.
Next to Rice, completely fine.
And that's what we did last tournament. I don't know why that's just completely gone now.
Because he's had a good season at Real Madrid.
Facts, yeah.
And then, we have to have the width. So Saka, for me, has to remain. I think he's brilliant. I think he brings so much, and I think he gets a lot of hate for no fucking reason. And
racism.
Potential. But Gordon out on the left. A lot of people calling for Cole Palmer. I thought he was alright when he came.
I thought he was alright. I didn't lift any kind of move mountains, as I said earlier.
Didn't have time, really, though.
And, if Saka has a bad game, sub him off earlier. Like you said, he won't fucking kick up a fuss if he gets subbed off. Bring Cole Palmer on in like the 60th minute. It's fine.
Completely agree. But Cole Palmer could play sort of anywhere along that 3. He played right, left, or in the middle.
Yeah.
But I would rather have Saka if we're playing Trent, because Saka, I think, offers more defensively.
And Saka and Trent, we've seen that as a duo before. It works well. They overlap well. They want to play fast together. Yeah. The connection is good.
And I think you play Phil in the 10. I think he's been, maybe, apart from Mark Gahey, our best performer this tournament.
And like we said, he's got the bit between his teeth at the moment.
He will operate with Harry Kane better than Jude does, I think.
I think it's still pretty bad, though.
But maybe we have to just make Kane a second half sub. maybe you can't even start him.
There's just no... I agree. I would...
Mate,
there's just no way you can make Harry Kane in the second half. He's literally the captain
of the Avengers, he's like Captain America.
He's like Hawkeye,
he's there because he's like an OG.
Yeah.
Right. And he is good.
Yeah.
But there's more exciting things now.
The problem is...
You can't drop
him. He's a captain, bagsman, all that. And, like, the media's already on Southgate. If he drops Harry Kane and we drop another stinker... Mate, he'll get murdered.
But
at
least we need to have the option of changing it up.
Yeah.
Because Watkins came on in that game against Denmark, and immediately they'd gone from the entire game being played in front of them to having to look over their shoulder.
I just really don't like how Harry Kane pairs up with either Foden or Bellingham.
Well, what do you do then?
I genuinely don't know.
Do you go 2 up top and play like Bellingham and Kane? But you know what's going to happen? They're still going to be playing like a 4-2-3-1 because they're going to be dropping into the 10.
Either you tell Harry Kane, for the love of God, stop dropping deep, or you're getting subbed.
I would fucking, genuinely blackmail him and say, if you drop past the halfway line...
Walker's shagging your wife.
If you drop past the halfway line, Carl Walker is sprinting to your house. Right? We booked him first-class tickets.
Yeah, Harry Kane... There's a lot of people saying that he's getting unnecessary hate. And he probably is. Like, he's easy to dislike because of the whole he hasn't won trophies.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think that if he doesn't score, it looks like he's doing nothing. Because at the minute he's not even making those passes, those spellbinding passes that we've seen him make so many times for Tottenham and Bayern.
Yeah,
he's
got
not
no
doing
runners to do that. But yeah, I don't bloody know. You mentioned earlier about the Southgate thing, about him getting drinks thrown at him. That is mad.
I think everyone needs to get a bit of a grip on themselves.
Everyone needs to get a grip.
I am as disappointed as the next man, yeah?
Yeah.
But we've seen, and it's the performances are unacceptable.
Bad.
And it begs a lot of questions. A lot of questions need to be asked, and deservedly so. But the fucking media are the biggest bunch of wetties ever.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny here, but these people that are asking the questions, whether they're being told to ask the questions or not, have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Have no fucking idea. The people that are asking, like Anthony Gordon and fucking Kobe Minu, yeah, these like young lads.
It's
these
mad
fucking
that they
ridiculous
sent
questions.
Anthony Gordon out to do the press when he played 30 seconds.
Mate, Pickford's got a lot to say.
Yeah.
He's old enough. Let him fucking do it.
Genuinely. The Southgate thing, I do feel for Southgate. I'm his number one critic. The thing with Southgate is such a double-edged sword, because he was saying that we've brought the fun back to England, we've made England exciting to watch, we've given the English fans the best tournaments in recent memory.
Which is true.
It's such a double-edged sword, though, because the better you get, the expectations get bigger and higher.
But he said we brought the most exciting football, and we've witnessed
Stinkers.
one of the worst group games stages ever.
But with Southgate, he's cultivated this excitement, this kind of expectation, and now the expectations are so high, and we're falling so flat. The kind of bite back is worse. If the expectations weren't so high, and we were playing at this level, the bite back wouldn't be as bad. But the expectations are so high right now.
I think now,
like, we were literally going into this tournament favourites to win the tournament. So the expectations are mad high.
I am worried that is bordering on either arrogance or ignorance, where he's so clear and obvious that he's tactically not there.
Yeah.
And there has been no attempt made to bring in someone who can cover for that.
Yeah.
Mate, even if you've got someone like Mickey Beale in as a coach.
Yeah.
Don't like Mickey Beale. Think he's not a good manager. But as a coach, we've seen what he can do. You just get someone like him in, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But you've got Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who's stunk up as a manager for Burton Albion and QPR.
Yeah.
You've got Steve Holland,
who's alienated England's best right back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's got to be better. It's got to be better. However, the good thing is, right, the positive is
we're into the next stage.
We've navigated the group stage, and we've got ourselves on a really good side of the draw.
Yeah. Okay,
and we have, fortunately, the opportunity now to really show up when it matters.
Yeah.
These are the games now that matter. And we've seen it before with other teams. Portugal, I think, drew like every game on their way to the final when they won it. You know, even Italy last year, I think they lost the
pretty
group
poor
game. Yeah. I think when England got knocked out like by the hand of God in that World Cup, they lost the first group game, then drew the second one, and then beat Paraguay or something like 3-0. I thought they beat someone 4-0 and then beat Paraguay in round 16 3-0. It can get better. It can.
It has to get better.
I wouldn't say they've earned the opportunity. They've been given a second chance here. Yeah. And it's time they need to take it.
Let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on England's group performances. Let us know what kind of tweaks and stuff you'd make going into the knockout stages. We've got more content coming. Probably less England content because it's been stinky. But we've got knockout stage content.
Yeah.
So.
Knockout stages got to be tasty. The group stages are over. The knockouts are here. The business end of the tournament. I'm going to miss the group stages, though.
I'm not. Well, I'm going to miss the 2pmers.
Nothing beats the 2pm.
Alhamdulillah, the 2pmers.
Guys, thanks very much for watching. It's been Ball Drawn. Come on, the England.